always on the leaderboards. I think you just came back on the top 10 for the most people this week. And it's funny, it's while I'm looking at my account here, I don't know if you can see this, but yesterday alone, I think I saw like 3 or 4 pass-ups from you. I don't know if you can see this, but we've had like 6 people join in the past
you can't see
15
that.
minutes. Can you see that?
I just see light. I see light.
We see the light,
There's all these green marks right here, and a couple of them I think are from you. So I appreciate that. But anyways, Jeff, tell us where you came from, with what's going on with you.
Well, first off, I just want to say I want to JV with you on "Walking the Burning Plank" by John Rose. I want to JV with you. Let's create a little ebook and make some extra cash on the side. Yeah, man, I love it. You know, getting back on the leaderboards really was just for me. Like, I'll go back into my story, but a lot of people don't know. But like, you know, all my accounts, I actually shut down all my marketing for 2 months because my AWeber account got shut down. And I was following correct procedures with marketing and all that stuff, and I was working with AWeber, but for some reason they just deemed my account, you know, unworthy of staying with them. And I've worked with them for a long time, referred a lot of accounts to them, so they actually have a lot of people paying them on a monthly basis because I referred people to them. But anyhow, yeah, I basically haven't marketed for 2 or 3 months with my paid advertising methods, which when people ask me what I do on the internet, really all I do is I spend money to get traffic to my websites. That's all I'm really doing. But I'll talk about how I got started too. But yeah, so getting back on the leaderboards was really just starting to market again. So the only way that I make money is if I market. Now, people were still signing up and, you know, joining my teams and stuff, but not in the level like John was saying where he's getting multiple pass-ups in one day and stuff like that. But yeah, a little bit about my history. I bought every internet marketing product that was out there. A lot of people might know of a little site called ClickBank. And I probably bought every product that ClickBank has ever come out with, you know, when they JV with other people that make products and stuff and all the gurus. I was on every guru's list. Every shiny object that came out, man, I was on the webinar. I was on, you know, the group things that they had put together. I was listening to all the testimonials, and I would read every testimonial. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to read one more because I'm not going to buy it, but I'm going to read one more because that last one was good. And I just finally jump in and buy every single product that came out on the how to make money online niche. And so I was basically, without knowing it, I was getting a lot of education, but I wasn't taking action on it. And so when I got started in the industry, I basically bought everything and did nothing. And so with that, you know, I was spending a lot of money and then spending a lot of time filling my mind with a lot of information. And a lot of you might be in the same place right now where you have that little information overload thing going on in your life, in your business and things you're trying to get done. And the one piece of advice I could tell you right now is simplify everything. Because the systems that we have placed, like for instance, John puts together this Hangout page. Simplicity of making money right now would be taking the Hangout link, changing the username at the end. Once you've signed up with the Power Network, obviously, so you got to hit the Register Now button, and then going and sharing that link on your Facebook page with your Empower Network username. People are going to come on this Hangout. They're going to see real people, Lynn, Tim, John, and myself, that are real people right now making considerable amounts of money on the internet. And like Tim said, doing nothing. He was not even working his business, and he just gets an email, oh, I made $1,500. That's kind of cool. And then Lynn as well. I mean, I've never heard your story before, so that was really cool, Lynn. I enjoyed that. But yeah, just taking action was really what I was not doing when I first started buying all these make money from home products and getting in all these different systems. I would just fill my mind with information. I would look at all the people making all the money, and I'm like, oh, I can do that. That guy's no better than me, and you know, they got this and they're doing that. And I was like, well, it makes sense to me, but how do I do it? And then I ask a lot of the same questions that I get asked now on a daily basis. You know, well, where are you marketing? How do you make that squeeze page? And you know, what email am I supposed to send out? And do I just send it out on Wednesday or only on Tuesdays, or you know, every day, or you know, once, twice a day? And you know, what I wasn't doing is, again, I wasn't taking action. And once I realized that I needed to take action, it was actually in a point in my life where I was actually living at my mother's house, a shameful part of my life where I had to go back to my mom's house. I you know, didn't have enough money to live on my own. I'd gone through job after job, sales and marketing, doing, I was in a lot of call centers doing sales over the phone and a lot of different things like that. Did a few management positions and just didn't want to work the 9 to 5 anymore. And when I went back to my mom's house, I knew it was the last straw because I didn't have anywhere else to go if I didn't make something happen at that point. So my back was up against the wall. And I don't know, you might be in the same position right now, whoever's listening to this, your back might be up against the wall. You might have the last $25 in your bank account, the last $100 in your bank account. You might actually not have enough money to join right now. I actually know what that feels like. When I got started with my internet business and I started taking action, I had a 98 Honda Civic with the steel wheels on, not rims. I had the steel wheels. I actually went to Walmart and put the little spinner, the little chrome hubcaps on it just to bling it up a little bit because I wanted to feel respectable coming out of my car. That was horrible. But also the like the paint job wasn't a paint job; it was primer. So I mean, it was just, oh man, it was a bad time in my life. There was multiple months where I couldn't make my cell phone payment, so people are calling me and I'd have to answer right away because I can't call them back because my phone doesn't work to call back. I can only get incoming calls. I mean, every single situation that you can be in, like in a poor situation, I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to be negative $1,500 in your bank account and knowing that you're an entrepreneur in your heart and you have business inside of you and you have wealth inside of you, but not being able to manifest it. I know what that feels like because I was there. And in that point in my life, I actually made a decision. I took my car, my raggedy car, and I sold it for everything I can get for it, which at that point was $1,500. I play guitar, and I love playing music. You guys should probably see one of my amps in the back here. I'm moved into a new place, so I'm kind of getting my office/music room set up. And I actually sold one of my guitars. I mean, I was selling stuff. I was just hawking stuff left and right on Craigslist. And I was just trying to get as much money as I could possibly get to like start getting stuff going. And at that point, I still wasn't taking 100% action. I was still using money to buy more products to get information. And then one day, I don't know what happened, but it just clicked, and I was like, you know what? It was a video I watched or something, and somebody said something, and I think it was actually, I don't know if anybody knows this guy, but he's very well-known internet marketer, but I think it might have been Frank Kern. And it took somebody like that to say something on a video because he'll tell you straight up, he'll cuss in his videos like David Wood does. And he was just like, look, idiot, you have, on your computer right now, you have enough information to literally reproduce and sell and make $100,000 a year without even thinking about it. But you still haven't taken action on it, have you? And it was a video, and I was like, crap, dude, I'm totally that guy. My hard drive was filled up. It was like, if I got 160 gigs, it was 150 gigs worth of info product. And so finally, it was like that week, I was like, you know what? I don't care how it looks, what it looks like. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care. And that's a really important thing, by the way. Having the feeling of what people think about you when you're marketing is a huge hurdle to come across. Because if you are caring about what people think about you when you're marketing, you will never give 100% of who you are, which is what people are going to join. People join me because for some reason they see me and they're like, yeah, I like him. I like the way he writes his emails. I like the videos. I like the way he comes across. They're going to join you. Yeah, they're going to join a power network, but two, they're joining you because you're going to be their sponsor. So you need to show a position of leadership. You need to be able to want to help people. Like Lynn was saying, that phone call changed, everything for her because it was like John reached out to her, right? So anyways, getting over that hurdle of what people thought about me, taking action was huge. And man, the first month, I'm not kidding you, the first month that I literally took action and had no holds barred, I went 100%, I made $4,000 my first month. The next month, I made $8,000. The next month, I made $16,000. And it went up and up and up, and it has not stopped ever since. And I know John's been doing this longer than I have, but I actually I found out about Empower through John, and I like the way he came across and he marketed. And one thing that I'll say is that the most important thing that I've found online that has been instrumental for me is being, number one, very transparent, and number two, honest in everything you're doing. Because like Lynn was saying, she doesn't open the guru's emails, and there's a lot of people out there that are proclaiming to make, oh, this is Caden, by the way, this is my nephew. This is also why I like doing my job, because I get to spend time with him. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hey. You like the Uncle gets to stay home and work? Yeah. Okay, say bye.
Bye.
Yeah, but John was very honest. He was very transparent with his business. And two, he gave a lot of what he does on a daily basis without, keeping things a secret. Because yeah, there are some people that keep what they do a secret. But in all honesty, there is enough. Yeah, go ahead. There's enough people on the internet looking for opportunities that we have to offer where you don't have to hog all the traffic. And trust me, you can't hog all the traffic even if you wanted to, because there's just too much, So one thing that I would say, one thing that, that really was instrumental for me, and I know has been instrumental for everybody on this panel, is you must take focused action, and you have to do it without caring what anybody says or thinks. And I know a lot of people probably would relate to this too. While I'm trying to do all this stuff in my business, my family's telling me I need to go get a regular job. My mom's saying, Jeff, this isn't, I don't think maybe you should stop doing what you're trying to do and just, I don't know, go get a job at McDonald's or something, at least to make something, you know what I mean? And I'm like, and it was just like, there's always going to be naysayers. There's always going to be things in your life that are hurdles. But one thing that I made a decision with, kind of like I think Tim talked about it too, was that I made a decision that I was not going to quit. It doesn't matter what hurdle came in front of me. Every hurdle that I saw was now, in my eyes, a stepping stone, no longer an obstacle. And that's how I looked at everything in my business. Everything was now going to be a stepping stone, like John was saying, that Vic said. Whatever he wants, it doesn't matter what it's going to take for him to get it, he's going to go get it. And that's a decision that I made in my business. And since then, 5 figures a month on a consistent basis with I mean, the time I work in a week, I'd be kind of ashamed to tell you because it's not much, but yeah, it's fun, man. So that's kind of a little bit about my story and what I do. So